Hey, what's up? We're back with another nap time tips by Ryan from Set the Pace Triathlon. Kind of a convenient time. Older kids are doing homework, working from home, they're doing online classwork, and the 4-year-old is still napping. Might be kind of close. She might come wandering out, you know, matted hair and grumpy self after nap time. But we're going to try to talk about food real quick. So this time I want to focus on something that's a little bit more generic. It's not an immediate focus of what's going on in the real world. Hey, Jonathan, see you on there. So I want to talk about what my nutrition and kind of what I recommend to athletes looks like on race morning. A lot of people are kind of wondering, do I load up the race morning or do I, minimize and what do I need to do? So I want to run you through kind of what I subscribe to when I tell my athletes. Number one is don't load up. Don't get a full gut full of food right before a race. I typically try to eat 2 to 3 hours before the race. Something easily digestible. Usually it's overnight oats, so I fill up just a little bottle, a shaker bottle. I don't have the shaker in there, but I put about a cup of old-fashioned oats. I put in some a little bit of protein powder, not too much, because you need to make sure it's the type that digests quickly, because if it's sitting in your gut for extended periods of time, a slow release type of protein, that might not help you as much. I put a little bit in there. I put a little stevia to sweeten it up a little bit. Do a little peanut butter powder. You can look on my website, setthepacetriathlon.com. I put a blog post up there, the exact ingredients and everything. You can get in the comments. So basically, I do overnight oats, and I fill this thing up, not with total dry ingredients, but I use almond milk as kind of the I guess the fluid part of it to build it up, and I make it the night before and let it sit in the fridge. Always make a note. Pardon me. I'm doing this outside. This is live. Neighbor running around. Everybody's trying to get it in before the storms roll in for the afternoon. But I do this the night before. I get it all set up. I put in my overnight oats, and this goes in the cabinet. So what I do is in the morning I have a water bottle that is just water. I have a water bottle that has a little bit of. I like to add a little bit of flavor, like the lemonade, the powder you put in there, anything like that. And I'll do a coffee. So I've got that, and then I grab this out of the fridge. The last thing I make my to-do list before I leave the house, so I know to grab my fluids, my nutrition, my hydration, anything that's not set out with my race bag the night before. So I grab this out and I start eating it on the drive to the race. So usually I'm there as soon as transitions open. Usually transitions are open like 2 hours before the race. So usually, typically, any races I go to from home or anywhere else, you got about 20, 30-minute drive, especially getting parking and everything. So as soon as I hit the car, I'm starting to eat this and make sure that I get it done by the time I get to the race area. So usually got about 2.5 hours of getting this down and letting this start to digest. So overnight oats, get that done, and then I'm sipping my water and sipping. Usually I drink a small thing of coffee. You don't want to get crazy with the coffee because you get too crazy too early and it could cause problems. The porta potty stop may be never ending. You don't want that to happen before the race. Got enough nerves and other stuff going on. The last thing you have to worry about is you drink too much coffee before the race. Not only is it a diuretic, it makes you want to pee off any excess fluid. It can really cause problems with stomach issues, especially if you slam it too quick. You're already anxious, cause problems. So go light on the coffee, but do sip on the water. So once I get my transition set up and everything, usually that's probably an hour before the first waves go off. Usually I'm not the first wave, so about an hour and a half out, I switch to like a little, a 32-ounce Gatorade or something like that, and a Gatorade endurance formula or something like that, a little bit more sodium electrolytes. So I'm sipping on that as I'm getting ready. And about 30 minutes out, I do either a goo or just some sort of snack, something, 100 calories of something that's easy digestible and not too many, like I said, not something that takes a while to digest. It'll sit in your stomach, especially when you're going to be sitting prone doing swimming or something like that. So that's kind of my recommendations on race morning. You want to have something that's easy digestible. If you're doing solids, you want to do them 2 to 3 hours before the race starts. And then a little bit, maybe 30 minutes before the race start, take a little bit of something that gives you immediate energy, kind of like goo, half a Cliff Bar. Don't do a full-on Cliff Bar because that's 300 calories, and there's all kinds of fructose, corn syrup, and all this other kind of jazz in there. So, goo's a little bit better. It's a little bit less, less on the stomach. but always keeping hydration going, always keeping a good even keel. You don't want to be full, but you don't want to be hungry before the race starts, especially if it's a longer distance race, because as soon as you come out of the water, you're already behind, and then you're trying to play catch up, trying to get food in you, try to get energy and all that kind of fun stuff. But like I said, my overnight oats, what I use is on the website. I can put the link in the comments so you can hit this back after I post it and kind of see. That's my go-to for breakfast for race morning. It's easy digestible. It's easy to make the night before. And on race morning, you don't want more things to have to worry about to do to make and do all this other stuff. I like to wake up at the last possible moment that gets me to transition as soon as it opens up. And one of the keys is making this the night before, grabbing it out of the fridge and drinking it on our way to the race. And it's, overnight oats may sound a little funky if you've never done it before. I tried it a few years back, and it's my go-to. I wake up in the morning craving this stuff. So if I do a morning workout and then afterwards I have my breakfast, I'm like jonesing for it. It's just kind of weird. But especially, if you follow my recipe or whatever, I don't pour extra sugar in there, but I do use, protein powders that kind of have some sweeteners and stuff in there. So it's totally not organic and all this other vegan free. And, I'm not that strict with my diet, but it is, like I said, 2 or 3 hours before race, have something substantial. Don't try something new on race day. If you've never done overnight oats, don't try it for the first time on race day. Go with whatever you usually, if you cook eggs and bacon and do whatever, then get up and fix that stuff. But get it done, get it eaten 2.5, 3 hours before race time. And then, like I said, 30 minutes, 45 minutes before, have a little bit of something to get you through the swim. And like I said, you don't want to be overloaded, so you have a sloshy gut. Don't drink too much fluids. Don't drink too little fluids. It's kind of it's a fine line to walk trying to get ready for race day. But that's my recommendations as far as race day nutrition goes. Nothing new. 2 to 3 hours before race start, make sure you get your solids in. And then about 30, 45 minutes before, have a little something to get you through. And in the meantime, you're continuing with your fluids, water. Like I said, I break out a Gatorade Endurance, and I'm sipping on it. I don't chug it all before the race start. If I feel like I'm sloshing or anything like that, I cut it off and throw it in a trash can. And so, have any questions, put them in the comments. Thanks for watching. And I got all this done before nap time was up. So I consider that a success. I've been pretty lucky at this so far. So we'll see how next time goes. Talk to you later.